champion of the world, Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov.
As we get started, McGregor in green and black applies early pressure from Conor, aiming to use pressure to draw the shot out of Khabib, rather than waiting for him to approach. However, Khabib grabbed his ankles, got his leg, and now has to get as he needs to get that left leg over the back of Khabib's right leg. Conor needs a left leg behind Khabib's ankle to stuff this, and he has it now. However, Conor is playing excellent defense. Notice how the ankles stay on the ankle. He's spinning around Khabib, trying to finish the takedown. Conor understands, and he goes straight to the cage to see if he can get back up on his feet. This is one of the big questions, and he has his feet tied up. However, notice how well Khabib has wrapped those two legs together. This is what he does to everyone he fights with. He crosses your legs, and if they can't escape, you're pinned to the ground, and he's done this more skillfully than anyone else. He raises and straightens your legs, and now he's going to attempt to raise Conor's knees and legs above Conor's head so that Conor can't move. Conor needs to remain composed and not expend energy because he's not taking damage here. And he feels much more capable of handling 5 rounds than he was when he left in. In 2016, Khabib does a fantastic job of tying those legs up, extending them, and wrapping them up so you can't get them out from under you. From the way he hangs to the way he nearly knee bars you by gathering your heel up, it's just a different way of holding you there than most people can do. Do that. But when Khabib grabs your legs, he just holds them. He's doing it again, and this time notice how he pinches those legs together. Each time he crosses them over one another, they cross. He's really good at squeezing, so this is what you have to do to corner early Khabib. You can't try to give him. Conor is the most dangerous of the 2 right hands that have landed for Khabib in the first couple of rounds. In the fight's opening blows, McGregor tries to control his breathing, eats a large right hand there, and Conor tries to dig under hooks and stay a ball so there are no hooks. This allows Conor to see how he's gotten over the top of Khabib's. He must place his head or arms between Khabib's arms and legs. If he wants to stand, he cannot be outside of Khabib's arms. Once more, Khabib ties those legs together. It's amazing how he does it, and you see him do it against every man he fights. They know what he wants to do, but they are powerless to stop it because he has a different. It's a lifetime of gras, and you do have a referee in Herb Dean who will give Khabib every chance to work on the ground, especially when his legs are trapped. He's also pretty strong, in my opinion, and he's currently under Conor's back, preventing Conor from getting his hips underneath him. He's staying extremely composed because he's not taking any damage, so he's not wasting energy. However, once he's exhausted from grappling, you'll see Khabib straighten up and begin throwing big punches, but he can't do it too soon because Conor will escape otherwise. He needs to play the squeeze game right now. Nice pass directly to the half guard, and now the pressure is just heavy here. You can tell he's very heavy because Conor's left shoulder and his chin helps him get to a hit. He does a great job, but it prevents you from breathing pressure on the chest, and then the overwhelming. I love that he's being patient, but you have to do this to Conor early. You can't be silly and try to act like you're going to give him space to stand up. Instead, you have to smother him and try to take some of the wind out of his sails early so he's not so annoyed. The feeling that he can do this for as long as he wants is exhausting in and of itself. Powerful. Take away some of that pop, and then take some chances. If you're Khabib and Conor, you can't use too much explosive energy to try to get up without technique, because he knows he'll burn himself out if he does that. He also knows that if he can't stop Khabib, Khabib will be able to do this in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And then how long can he keep him away from? Let's see how it goes in this early round. Remember, Conor used absolutely no energy at this point because he took no damage. He did get stuck on the floor, but he has no energy left, so this 2nd round he'll be fresh. This is exactly the start that Khabib Nurmagomedov was looking for in round 1. Every mixed martial arts round starts on the feet. Conor is waiting for that counter, because he knows he can land that left whenever he wants to. He wants to make Khabib take a bad shot and then make him pay for it. This is what we're seeing here as McGregor fires the knee that seems to just miss a huge right from Nurmagomedov. And the issue with takedowns is that they gain respect from the strike, and your striking improves if you force takedowns because you're thinking about the shot. Now that the shot is set up from the overhand, he goes back and forth, and that's what's made off the best that right here. Wow, what an entry by Nurmagomedov, and this is what Khabib has done to everyone. If you stuff his wrestling, he will punch you. Once you start getting punched, his wrestling will open up again. So you need a threat of grappling and striking mixed together. But in reality, the sharpness goes to counter in the striking. But the grappling is so one-dimensional and so over, as if he's working in an arm triangle here, and he's on top of him. It's a full-out scramble by Conor, who gets his guard back butterfly style instead of full guard, with the Khabib all over him. McGregor exploded there in an attempt to get out, but the next round is over, and the moral victory of Khabib can go all day. And when he landed that big right hand from Nurmagomedov, he said he wanted to make Conor suffer and change his face. This is one of the scariest things I've ever heard someone say about a fight. Khabib is not unlike Tony Ferguson. He is undoubtedly in the finest physical condition of his life. Conor is speaking to him, but I can't understand what he is saying. Khabib is tagging him and he isn't saying anything kind. Oh, massive elbow from Nurmagomedov didn't seem to rip McGregor open. And the force he produces from this ground and pound he's the best ground and pound artist in the sport, so it's just ferocious. Oh, it's getting lit up. Conor is in serious trouble and there are massive ground strikes here with the herd closely watching. Khabib is trying to smash his face, and McGregor is forced to just cover. It's just interesting. I don't think he's trying to gas KB bad. I think he's getting smashed. I think it's a combination of everything. How many shots can one man take? It takes 2 minutes to go in the round and he's trying to wait. He's trying to gas Khabib out because he's not. He's taking shots, but they're not the worst shots you could take. He's covered up. I don't think he has an option here. I don't think he's trying to gas him out. I think he's getting smashed. However, if you don't have any other options, Conor's illegal knee on the ground, or McGregor's knee to a down opponent's head, which isn't allowed to interlock the toes in the fence, are your only options. Herbin should be alerting him that he's heading for a ladies and gentlemen. That is tight and looks like it will be finished here. It's a good defense. Why isn't he trying to get up? He's tired and getting his face punched, so I don't think he can. I just think Khabib is on the ground much better than he is, which surprises me. Nurmagomedov's output has it. Way one bit. But keep in mind that we're working with outdated regulations, so Khabib must wait until he's completely upright before striking him with his knees. The crowd erupts in laughter as McGregor stands up, but for how long is he taking deep, deep breaths? 30 seconds here in round 2. Khabib can keep up with 5, and I don't think Conor has a UFC stoppage victory after the second round. That's right. Conor hasn't responded to Khabib's grappling and one bit John Cavan's refusal to chase McGregor. We'll see if he can force K. Kavash to let you catch your breath. If you apply pressure at the beginning, you can get some air in your back. Khabib is also exhausted, and keep in mind that he is covered in blood from the striking scar. It's possible that McGregor sensed this and is now searching for his large left hand. Khabib expended a lot of energy on that ground impounding Joe, which was a crazy pace that last round. Applause. In the later rounds, we did witness him slow down significantly against Alquinta. Now you're witnessing Conor attack the body, which is exactly what he did to Mendes. He waited 2 rounds before beginning to attack the body, and then began to ascend high there. It appears that he is attempting to remove a teach from the body. It can go either way, so you don't want to read too much into body language. But this is as tired as I've seen Khabib Nurmagomedov in that octagon. I'm not sure if he looks tired to me, but it doesn't look like he's breathing heavily. Instead, it looks like he's trying to find his moments, but he's getting outboxed. I believe he's a little heavy from the grappling in the last round, but he's not really exhausted. Rather, his muscles are swollen with blood, which makes him a little slower. Conor can use his left elbow for the shot, which is what his coaches were discussing. And stuff that elbow by Conor, the person C was referring to, stated that the first few shots would be heavy, but that they wouldn't be for much longer. Just over 3 minutes later, in this third round, Khabib's level change was also stuffed, And now that things are starting to get interesting, the real question is, how much endurance does Conor currently possess? How much has he worked on his conditioning? How does one prepare for a guy like Nurov? Conor's knees to the body will add up, as will the punches in the TS. Oh, uppercut. McGregor feints. These guys are staring at each other, in the face at no distance at all. The fact that Khabib is standing directly in front of Conor as they are sitting there punching and trading makes McGregor continue to bank that bodywork. I don't get why he doesn't shoot or change it up. Oh, he clipped his left hand. Oh, he slapped him on that. Conor gives Khabib a front kick to the body while he's pawing with that punch pun, struggling to get the snap back. Khabib stands directly in front of McGregor, who may be the greatest striker in UFC history, and Conor gives him another good left hand to the body there. He also gives Khabib another good knee to the body, and he doesn't appear to be afraid of the power coming back from McGregor. As of right now, Nurmagomedov's applause trip knocks McGregor down and brings him back up to his feet for a little while, but it's very applause intriguing. That's our focus, that's all. In terms of the big blows in round 3 for Conor, there's less than a minute left in the... You see how Conor is grabbing Khabib's left arm, which prevents him from connecting his hands and allowing him to double off or grab a single leg. Since you can't finish a takedown if you can't lock your hands together, Conor is leaning against the fence and only controlling one arm. What does Khabib do to counter that? You must try to get a single 8 as best you can because you cannot clasp your hands together or get a double as long as Conor is holding your wrist and grabbing the glove there. The only thing you can do is maintain the pressure as he is to prevent being picked apart. But he has his glove underneath it, and he is simply holding it so he cannot finish the take. Applause. Music down. 15 minutes in the books. We're heading to the championship rounds. Hand out applause. 4. Watch the counter. Conor's left hand is what he's been preparing for, and he's waiting for Khabib's right hand. Oh, Conor looks great as he enters this 4th round. I believe you would think it would be the other way around, but this is the second time both of these fighters have seen a 4th round in their careers, and he used the front kick to the body brilliantly. I swear I think this is what he was trying to do, to get him to wait for Khabib to get a little tired on the takedowns and look to knock him out later. Applause. Good entrance. Bago mat out. McGregor tries to use the fence to his advantage, but he gets tripped straight down too. He's utilizing it here again tonight, and he's so focused on the strength in his hands that sometimes you forget about his legs. When Khabib reaches this position, he doesn't release his hold and alternates between the double, wearing you out by applying so much pressure to your arms that it forces you to carry his weight. He does a great job of using his legs to wrap up your legs, but Conor's back is nearly up to his feet. He repeatedly puts his weight on the fence, and when you attempt to get to your feet without using hand control, he gives you another warning from Herb Dean to grip the wire. His grappling is really skillful, and he has amazing control on the ground during takedowns for Nurmagomedov, but it's what he does with them. 2 minutes have passed in this round of the 4th triangulation, and although Conor has his wheeze and his other arm in there, it's still secure because he can pin the head against the arm. If he can control that, he can now turn the arm over, but Conor has regained that. The only thing Conor has done is stay fairly safe. He is just being severely controlled. Good hip escape there is necessary for Conor to continue if he has the energy. But once more, Khabib uses those legs to tie his legs up. In other words, a significant portion of his grappling involves more than just using his arms. It also involves using his legs for 2 strong left hands from Nurmagomedov, once again complete Mo back Mo. He has the choke, but it's on the chin instead of behind the neck. Nurmagomedov has undisputedly defeated McGregor tonight. Just take a look at him. Referee Herb Dean stopped the fight at 3 minutes and 3 seconds of the 4th round, calling the victor by submission after a rear naked choke and yelling at Dylan Dennis, Conor McGregor's jiu-jitsu teacher, from the corner. Still, the unquestionably UFC World Lightweight Champion, the Eagle, Khabib Nurmagomedov.